Go drop like rain, nigga, watch me hit those trees.
Yo, video time. And it's no secret that the Dragon Ball world is filled with a massively diverse set of beings who have the same diversity in techniques and abilities. Contrary to popular belief, Dragon Ball's iconic ki blasts were not always the main alternative to hand-to-hand combat. I mean, sure, they were prevalent, but they didn't outnumber the other types of techniques 10 to 1, so just tag along as I talk about some moves that pique my interest. And I'm gonna start with one you should at least be familiar with because I recently did a video on it, the body switch technique. Used by Ginyu, and the reason I'm bringing this up again is because I was thinking after I got done with that video that the Ginyu we see is not the original Ginyu's body, so not only can he do this technique multiple times, but he can do it in different bodies, which is double confirmed in the Resurrection F arc, which means that this is a technique and not an inherent ability, unless Ginyu's original form was a spirit, which I'm not ruling out, but even then it seems less likely because if that was his base form, you'd think he'd have a failsafe or a way to force his soul out of a body, which it doesn't seem like there's a way to do, so I'm gonna go with technique, meaning anyone can learn this, and somehow Ginyu is the only entity we meet in any of the universes that uses it. So I just say that to say my video was dead on. Okay, so the Masenko or Demon Flash is a key attack that is used by Piccolo and Gohan, but mostly Gohan and not a lot by Gohan. So what is the Masenko? Well, it's just a ki blast. And like the Kamehameha, it has a few variants. There's the beam, which seems to be a bit stronger than the person using it, though there's not a lot of build-up time, and what is essentially a puff of ki, which you only really see in the games, and I'm assuming was done that way to make it a bit more distinct from just a ki beam. And the name really is just what it is. It's a ki wave created by a demon. Or an alien? An alien demon? A demon alien. Let me know that in the comments. Speaking of ki blasts, let's just get this out of the way. The ki barrage. You have only seen this move once it's clear there is no winning, and this is specifically an anime thing. The manga does this once, maybe twice, but I think that happens specifically because the battles in the manga are much shorter. And even with things like filler, when tackling canon battles, you can't just insert something ridiculous like on Namek before Goku arrives. Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, and Vegeta are all engaging Frieza, and it's clear that they cannot win. The anime can't have them do something like split up and run and hide from Frieza just to fill a couple seconds or episodes, because things like that wreck the pacing. They also sort of wreck the logic and enjoyment of the scenes, but whatever. The best thing to do is always have them do any generic attack that has absolutely no effect. Cue the ki barrage. But I think by the time you get to a video like this, that's well beyond obvious. But I just like spending time with you, you know? So, it only started bothering me once Whis was introduced because it was clear that something like instant transmission is a god-level technique, and it's plain as day, especially when you have the option to teleport other objects or people with you, and Goku has shown the ability to do both. Now, of course, Whis' version is way better because you don't need the ki signature to lock onto, but if I can lock onto a signature that's halfway across the universe, then there's very few times I'm ever going to need to go somewhere I don't sense a ki signature, and in the event that I do need to do that, I'm either hiding or trying to move someone or something to the middle of nowhere, and in Dragon Ball, if you're doing that, it's only buying time, and if you need that much time, you might have already lost. Fam, Gildo can stop time. Why was that a one and done, never explained, explored, or exploited? I feel like that was one of those things that once we saw it, it made us feel like the universe was actually a universe, even though something like that would be hard to explain even in a cartoon. And the holding of the breath is the only downside if Goldo has small lungs, which from his stature should be the case, but like what if Goldo was just all lung? Side note, and this is for my Yergers at the back of the class, the reason everyone looks at you crazy when the question comes up, what superpower would you have, and your answer is to stop time, is because it's one of the few superpowers that takes away free will. Like if that question was asked and you said mind control, you'd probably get the same dirty looks. So, last but certainly not least is the carrot touch. And if you haven't seen original Dragon Ball, this may sound insane, and it is, but A rabbit, aptly named Boss Rabbit, is able to touch someone and turn them into a carrot. And in my opinion, this is something on par with Boo's Candy Beam, and that's in-game stuff. And is what made me think the world of Dragon Ball, like the actual planet, is way bigger than ours, because Boss Rabbit is met by Goku and company in a random small town, and Boss Rabbit is terrorizing this town, but it seems like only this town. And if you could just touch anybody and carrot them, you'd think you'd be a bit more known? I don't know. Goku sends him and his gang to the moon, and then Roshi and Piccolo blow up the moon, so I can't imagine Boss Rabbit is still around. And so with him goes the healthiest power in the universe. And if I had this and the clothes beam, I guarantee you I could take over the world in 3 days flat, because I have infinite food and warmth, and of all the vegetables you could be, I don't think carrot is anybody's first pick, but I think I'll end the video there. What's your favorite Dragon Ball technique? And what would you use it for? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, because I appreciate you watching. And until next time, peace.
That thunder on me clap, make a nigga think before he act. Have a nigga dying on his back, then we double back. Shooters leaving rubber where you at, that's why niggas never wanna match.